The Indo-Pacific is now the epicenter of global power shifts, where the destinies of nations are being redrawn. Once seen as a distant theater, this region has become the main stage for the world's most consequential rivalries and alliances. In January 2026, the United States and the Philippines launched a revitalized alliance, signaling a major realignment of military, economic, and political interests. This renewed partnership is rooted in shared values and a mutual desire for stability in a rapidly changing world. This partnership is more than symbolic. It's a strategic move that directly challenges China's growing influence and forces every regional player to rethink their next steps. The stakes are higher than ever, as the balance of power in Asia hangs in the balance. The New Deal, spanning advanced military hardware to agricultural trade, marks a bold, integrated approach to foreign policy. It's a comprehensive framework that strengthens both nations' capabilities and deepens their economic ties. The US-Philippines relationship is entering a new, more assertive phase, with implications for global security and commerce. Joint military exercises and expanded trade are just the beginning of a broader transformation. This alliance forms a strategic bulwark in Southeast Asia, decisively tilting the regional balance. It sends a clear message to allies and adversaries alike that the region's future will be shaped by cooperation and resilience. Anchored by the U.S. 2026 National Defense Authorization Act and sweeping trade deals, these agreements are building blocks for a new security architecture, one designed to withstand the pressures of a volatile era. The stakes are enormous. The stability of the Indo-Pacific is crucial for global peace and prosperity. What happens here will ripple across continents, affecting economies and security worldwide. This strengthened alliance reasserts American commitment to the region and empowers the Philippines to shape its own security and economic future, giving it a stronger voice on the world stage. Historians will study this pivotal development for decades, tracing its impact on the evolution of international relations and regional order. The story of this alliance is the story of our time, a narrative of shifting power, resilience and ambition that will define the international landscape for generations to come. To grasp today's alliance, we must revisit the turbulent history between the US and the Philippines. Forged through colonialism, war, and a shared fight for democracy, their bond was sealed in World War II, with American and Filipino soldiers fighting side by side. The 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty formalized their partnership, making both nations responsible for each other's security. U.S. bases like Clark and Subic Bay projected American power across Asia for decades, until Filipino nationalism led to their closure in the 1990s. The rise of terrorism and, more recently, China's assertiveness in the South China Sea reignited the alliance. Beijing's territorial claims have made a stronger security partnership urgent for Manila. This long, resilient history, from colonial subject to strategic partner, sets the stage for today's revitalization. Despite political shifts and disagreements, shared democratic values and security interests have kept the alliance strong. The current strengthening of ties is not a fleeting trend, but the latest chapter in a saga of enduring partnership. This resilience gives the alliance its profound significance today. The U.S. 2026 National Defense Authorization Act is the engine behind the alliance's military revival, marking a pivotal moment in the region's security landscape. It authorizes up to $1 billion in loans and $500 million annually in grants for the Philippines through 2030, a long-term commitment to modernizing its armed forces and deepening trust between the two nations. These funds are earmarked for critical upgrades, coastal defense, long-range precision weapons, and enhanced air and maritime awareness. With these tools, the Philippines is better equipped to deter aggression and respond to emerging threats in its waters. The act also increases joint U.S.-Philippine naval patrols, ensuring seamless cooperation in crises and building habits of interoperability that will last for years. Beyond bilateral ties, the NDAA pushes for a networked security architecture, linking the Philippines with Japan, Australia, and South Korea, and encouraging shared responsibility for regional peace. This web of deterrence is more resilient than any single alliance, creating a united front that is harder to challenge or divide. The message to Beijing is clear. The U.S. is leveling the playing field, raising the cost of aggression in the South China Sea, and signaling that unilateral actions will not go unanswered. By equipping and training Philippine forces, the U.S. strengthens regional stability and empowers its ally to defend its sovereignty. The NDAA's provisions are a calculated strategy of integrated deterrence, combining military, diplomatic, and economic tools to create a comprehensive shield. This approach ensures the Indo-Pacific's future isn't dictated by coercion, but by cooperation and respect for international law. The alliance is now a cornerstone of regional security, anchoring a broader coalition for peace. The stakes for peace and stability have never been higher, and the world is watching how this renewed partnership shapes the future of the region. The economic side of the US-Philippines alliance is just as transformative as the defense pact, quietly reshaping the future of both nations. While military cooperation often grabs headlines, it's the flow of goods, investments, and opportunities that truly cements the relationship. A recent U.S. executive order exempts over $1 billion in Philippine agricultural exports from steep tariffs, making 46% of exports to the U.S. tariff-free. This bold move opens new doors for Philippine producers and signals a deepening trust between the two economies. This move boosts incomes for Filipino farmers and strengthens a vital sector of the economy. Rural communities now see greater hope for growth as their products reach new markets and fetch better prices. Key exports, coconut oil, mangoes, bananas, coffee, and more, now have unfettered access to the U.S. market. This means Filipino goods are more competitive, and American consumers enjoy a wider variety of high-quality products. The Philippine Exporters Confederation hails this as a game-changer for the entire export sector, predicting a surge in jobs and investment across the archipelago. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is leading a major trade mission to Manila, deepening economic ties and exploring new avenues for collaboration in food security and technology. The Philippines is already the top supplier of food and beverages to the U.S., and this deal promises even greater growth. Filipino brands are becoming household names in American homes, reflecting a cultural exchange as well as economic progress. Economic integration makes the alliance more resilient to political shifts, ensuring that prosperity is shared and interests remain aligned even as governments change. When businesses and workers on both sides benefit, the partnership's foundation is unshakable. It's a win-win that builds trust from the ground up. This economic embrace is about mutual prosperity, not just trade. It's about building a future where both nations thrive together, side by side. The alliance is now built on both security and shared economic interests, creating a partnership that is stronger and more dynamic than ever before. Together, they create a partnership ready for the challenges of the 21st century, setting a powerful example of cooperation and shared vision for the world. The map of the U.S.-Philippines alliance highlights key military sites under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. These bases from Luzon near Taiwan to Palawan facing the South China Sea form a strategic arc for joint training and rapid response. Their locations provide access to critical waterways and major shipping lanes, vital for global commerce. The U.S. presence helps safeguard freedom of navigation and keeps trade routes open. Security and economic interests are deeply intertwined. Stable sea lanes mean stable economies. A secure Palawan protects Philippine resources and global trade, benefiting economies worldwide. The alliance is grounded in geography and shared interests, shaping the region's future. This is a tangible framework for a free, open, and prosperous Indo-Pacific. The U.S.-Philippines alliance is sending shockwaves across the Indo-Pacific. Southeast Asian nations with disputes against China see Manila's move as a blueprint for defending sovereignty. America's allies, especially Japan and South Korea, welcome the strengthened southern flank of the alliance network. The NDAA's multilateral focus encourages closer ties among the U.S., Japan, and the Philippines, complicating Beijing's strategy. China views the alliance with concern, as it challenges their ambitions in the South China Sea. The region now faces two competing visions, a free and open Indo-Pacific versus a Sino-centric order. The Philippines is now a pivotal frontline state in this unfolding contest. Experts agree, the renewed alliance is a robust response to Chinese assertiveness. Military analysts see U.S. investment in Philippine defense as a shift toward genuine partnership and shared responsibility. Economic leaders highlight the alliance's power to attract investment and drive growth in the Philippines. Diplomats note the alliance is framed as upholding international law, not as an anti-China coalition, making it easier for others to support. Some warn the Philippines could become a flashpoint in U.S. China tensions, urging diplomacy alongside deterrence. The alliance reinforces sovereign choice in foreign policy. With greater power comes greater responsibility to manage tensions wisely. The alliance is a catalyst for the Philippines' economic and diplomatic ambitions. New trade deals and U.S. tariff relief are fueling export growth, especially in semiconductors and electronics. Manila is diversifying partnerships, negotiating with Canada, the UAE, and seeking entry into the CPTPP. In 2026, the Philippines chairs ASEAN, giving it a platform to shape the regional agenda. The nation is leading on digital economy initiatives and advocating for a rules-based order. This is a Manila moment. The Philippines is now an influential middle power, shaping its own destiny. Securing favorable terms with the U.S. while diversifying globally shows new strategic maturity. The Philippines is stepping into the spotlight as a key regional player. We are witnessing a defining moment in global history. The U.S.-Philippines deal is reshaping Asia's strategic landscape and creating a new reality on the ground. The world is watching Beijing's response and the alliance's impact on regional stability. The security of the South China Sea affects global supply chains and economic growth everywhere. The contest between democratic norms and authoritarian influence is a global concern. Staying informed is essential. This realignment will shape our collective future. The epicenter of global power is shifting to the Indo-Pacific. The future is unfolding now, and it's our responsibility to watch, learn, and understand.